wonderful times together. We would, in the summer, we'd go up to cabin, and that was one of our choicest experiences. Be up there, and we'd go up there together. We had a grandfather who had a cabin and ride horses. And everyone loved to do that. We'd play some rook, make some popcorn, make some caramel. Well, I think we were married a month apart. Her husband, Jim Sorenson, had been in New York. Of course, I think that's where he met Beverly. But being back there and meeting her, and then trying to find a time when they could be married, I think with all the doings associated with dating and all, it was kind of hard to find a time, but they did. They were married about a month after my husband and I were. It's a little stressful for Mother.
She was a great mother and very much a homemaker and values of that nature. And she had talent that with children, and that started out as a Sunday school, junior Sunday school coordinator at a very young age, 16, something like that. And she's never left that idea of having kids, artwork for kids. And her children have lived up to her desire, bringing more children into the fold. So now we have grandchildren, great-grandchildren, numbering around 60. And the numbers are bound to go up from what I observe with the kids.
One of the things that I have learned from Beverly is that with her passion comes great commitment. She could have stopped, with just working with her family and helping her family, but she has great commitment to all children in Utah. And one of the things that she's taught me is that you never give up. Doesn't matter what the obstacle is. Doesn't matter who says no, you can't do it. She's been a very strong advocate for children and the creative process, and has really plunged ahead with full force against all odds, and made some really terrific things happen for young people. Okay. So the mission of Artworks for Kids is to act as a catalyst in helping to support innovative and sequential arts education for Utah children in music, dance, theater, and visual art through partnerships with universities and school districts, schools, and community organizations. So it's a network of providers who know how to work together, who have the best interests of young people at their mission, and who together can make wonderful things happen for young people to learn how to be successful.
Early on, Beverly chose 4 directors to be on the board to run the program: a music director, a visual arts director, a dance director, and a theater director. And all 4 of us were university professors. And I think she in addition to her intuitive sense about the importance of music, she seems to also have an intuitive sense about the importance of universities and people that educate teachers.
And I think the thing that impressed me most about Beverly was her passion for this work. She was an educator by profession, but also as a mother of 8 children. I think she also was an educator day in and day out, and I've certainly seen her over these past 8 years be that educator, an advocate for arts and education, an educator in terms of learning and understanding at the very quintessential level of being an educator, that is still to have a curious mind and to delve into all subjects of interest to her. And certainly arts and education and how that works and how we deliver it to students became her incredible passion. But she's also an artist herself, being a very accomplished musician. And so she knows from the inside out what the discipline of an art form is, and she understands the rigor that it takes to have in place artists who can help teachers, generalist classroom teachers, and students find that inner voice inside them.
Well, I think when I first joined the board, Beverly invited me to do a piece for Christmas. And she brought all of her grandkids in, and I think there were some 22, 23 of them, and she said, create a piece with them, because I really want our family to see their own sons and daughters doing this work. And for about 4 Saturday mornings, we workshopped a piece written by Dr. Seuss called The Diffendooffer. And it was great fun because we had preschool kids and elementary school kids and middle school kids and high school kids, and they were all wonderfully committed. And we did the piece in her basement for the big family gathering, and at that time suddenly there were about 40 of them, and only about 20 had rehearsed, so it was great fun putting this together. But the joy that Beverly feels in the arts is palpable. She cares deeply about what the arts mean to all ages, particularly elementary school kids.
To have somebody who really cares and is passionate about something is really important. Do you know, there's a country western song that I heard some time ago, and it said something like, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And Beverly certainly stands for something. She drives forward, and I know without a doubt Beverly in her life would fight for the arts no matter what position, where she was, what she was doing, her fighting for the arts, and she does it for children and for our society as a whole.
The Granite School District has been a real beneficiary from the passion that Beverly has had regarding the arts. She has provided, through Artworks for Kids, a specialist in 4 of our elementary schools, art and drama and dance, and it's been a wonderful experience for our students. Schools have been enriched, kids have had a greater experience, and there's been a very positive impact in terms of the classroom and teacher instruction as it pertains to the integration of arts in the school. She's done a wonderful job in terms of her contribution, and the impact of that will be felt for years to come in the Granite School District.
Her passion seems to be related to understanding how important arts can be for a community in general, but really specifically for kids. And so when you hear her talk about children and what they might gain from having an arts education throughout their whole life, and how that enriches them and leads to not only a richer, fuller life, but helps them academically. But again, it's that intentness that when you're talking about something that's important to Mrs. Sorenson, man, her eyes are focused and her hands are clenched, and she wants to make sure you understand how important that is to the lives of children.
One of the programs that was just starting when I moved in to become superintendent in 3 of our rural schools was the Artworks for Kids program. We've just been excited about the program. It's done some outstanding things for our students. It's on the west side of our county. The schools have a large Native American population with them. And the things that we've been able to do through the Artworks for Kids has just been phenomenal to help those kids just kind of blossom. And the progress that we've seen them make, and I'm confident that part of that progress is because of the Artworks for Kids. The progress has just been great. Kids are performing better than they have in years in those schools, and we're really excited about that.
I think Beverly's involvement with Utah Youth Village is another expression, a very large expression of her sense of responsibility to this community and to the world, and particularly to children, that she feels, again, that she has been given this wonderful gift and she's going to share it. What she sees here in the Utah Youth Village and in Artworks for Kids is that this kind of caring and understanding for each child is what needs to happen. And we change lives, but we change them one child at a time many times. and that's all right.
One of the first times I met Beverly Sorenson, I was struck with how caring and concerned she was for the welfare of people. There was a family in particular that needed help, and she was all over it. She was right there and willing to help any way she could. And I've been amazed at how broad her interests are in helping people and helping families and helping children. She's so passionate about doing whatever it takes to make a difference in our community and with charities like Utah Youth Village and families she knows and families she doesn't know from Adam. She's just a wonderful woman who has this great passion for making a difference, and she's willing to commit just about everything she has to it.
I'm particularly pleased that Utah Youth Village would select Beverly Sorenson as their recipient this year, as a helping hand, because without Beverly, many children, many youth would not have opportunity for art in their lives. What a dull black and white life they would have. But Beverly, through her work, has brought tremendous color and various levels and a spectrum of opportunity for kids.
If there's anyone in Utah that deserves to be honored for what she has done to help the youth in the state, I think Beverly is that person.
She is very passionate about what she does, and she has a very clear vision of what can happen when people work together in the benefit of young people.
She has brought so much to our state and our community, and I think her vision over the next 5 or so years as this next iteration of Artworks for Kids grows, she's taken the first steps toward really infusing the arts in elementary curriculum, and we're all quite committed to her vision.
You know, Beverly Sorenson understands the importance of community service. Beverly gives not only just monetary, but she goes beyond that in terms of giving the essence of her heart and her beliefs and her values, and makes a total commitment to community service.
Just a sincere thank you to Beverly for not only her example in the community, but her commitment to kids and to the arts, and what a unique person and what a positive influence in our schools.
And because of her vision and her determination, arts education in the schools in Utah has been greatly impacted.
You know, Beverly is such a remarkable woman, and you can tell that she must have come from an incredible family. She's just a giver. And no matter what circumstances she found herself in, she would be a giver. And it's neat to see the influence she's had on her children. They're all givers. They're all concerned about doing what needs to be done to make a difference in the community. The whole family has been influenced profoundly, of course, by this great mother, this great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother now, who has a remarkable ability to give and to be passionate and to be generous.